I finally watched Twister after 28 years. Twisters, this movie's sequel, comes out this weekend, and I wanted to know if it was worth it to watch the first one before delving into the second one. And the only way to know the answer to that question was to watch the movie. There are so many sequels coming out these days. Of course, they had to bring back Star Wars and Ghostbusters first, but now they're starting to do movies that maybe not everyone has seen. They've got Beetlejuice coming out this year as well, and it seems like everything these days is connected to a big IP. We've got Mufasa, we've got Moana 2, and not to mention all the Marvel sequels that are popping out of nowhere. At a certain point, we have to ask ourselves, is it worth our time to go catch up on all the previous movies? Well, in the case of Twister, I'm glad I spent the time, because I had a lot of fun watching it. Here's why. Twister opens up in story. There's a quick opening scene where we get the short, tragic background of one of our main characters, Joe. This scene is pivotal to the setup of the story, and it totally succeeded in doing that. I loved the opening scene because there was real fear on screen. I felt scared for the people in the story. Already I started thinking about how this movie is different from other disaster movies. For example, it is no 2012 or Gravity in two ways. First, the threat is real. Like tornadoes are real, and that's scary. And second, unlike most disaster movies, this story is not about running. It's about chasing. After that awesome opening scene, there's a time jump to one of our other main characters, Bill, who comes to see his ex-wife, Jo. Bill needs Jo to sign the divorce papers, but she's being reluctant. Instead, she drags it out, and Bill ends up being entangled in his tornado hunting days again. While Bill is trying to convince Jo to sign the papers, Jo says,
"What's the urgency? You act like you're getting married."
To which Bill responds,
"Ma'am."
I point this line out because to me, it shows another thing that the movie did really well. And that is that it raises the stakes to push the story along in more intense and exciting ways. If Bill just wanted the divorce papers just because he wanted a divorce, that part of the story could have dragged a little. But instead, Bill needs the divorce papers quickly because he's getting married. It spices it up a little, you know? Makes it a little juicier. The movie does this same thing later on when the characters start chasing the tornadoes. Instead of having the characters just chase storms, they're chasing storms, but also there's an evil group of bullies who want to chase the storm too.
Jonas.
Again, it makes it a little juicier. Also, this movie did a really good job at being interesting for the whole movie and giving the audience what they came for immediately. You know how in some movies like Transformers or Godzilla, you go to the movies to see the big things fight, but then you have to wait an hour and 20 minutes before you actually see the thing that you wanted to see. I kind of thought this movie would be like that for some reason, probably because my only knowledge of this movie is the trailer for the second one, and in that trailer, all it's about is how there's going to be two twisters. If that's the big thing in the movie, they can't just put that at the start. They are going to have to put that at the end. So what are they going to do for the first hour and 20 minutes? I don't know. Hopefully it'll be good. So I thought they might do that in this first movie. Just have exposition until the end of the movie where there's finally the big tornado you wanted to see. But no, there's Twister action right away. Within the first 20 minutes, they're chasing one. I was like, is this going to be a short movie? Nope, it wasn't short. It just gave you what you wanted. It doesn't waste your time on exposition. Instead, it builds the characters and the story in between and during the action on screen. It makes it much better, more interesting, really riveting. The side characters are awesome too. The excitement in everyone's voices makes you excited, and when the characters are scared, you're scared. Even Bill's fiance is great. She could have easily been written into the story as the dumb one, you know, just there to make us know that our main character is really better for this other person. But no, instead, the tornado team is really nice to her, welcomes her in even when she's extremely scared, and in the end, she herself chooses to move on. They didn't go the slapstick comedy route with her that they could have. Also, this might sound weird, but this movie reminded me of a superhero movie. If you think about it, a superhero movie could go like this. Evil bad guy destroys home where superhero kid lives. Superhero kid grows up training his whole life to defeat that evil one. But in this movie, instead of the evil figure, it's the Twister. The tornado was a living, breathing, scary enemy, but one to be fascinated by. So I would definitely watch Twister. I think it's worth it. This weekend I will go watch Twisters, the second one, with my brother, Kenny, and we're gonna have a discussion about it on this channel, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyways, I really hope you guys are enjoying the channel so far, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Alexa, what's the difference between a tornado and a twister?